often struggle to know what is my will and what is God's will. Spiritual seeking is a part of personal development. Whether you look at your power greater than yourself as God or the universe or nature or great outdoors, I call mine God. And so I tend to doubt a lot of times. Well, doubt is a natural process of our spiritual growth. And when I try to tap into the Spirit, I often try to discern, well, what is God's will for my life? And I often don't know. It's the end of 2024. I'm reviewing the year. I'm looking at next year. I'm setting intentions, writing out my desire, and I make a dream list. And when I do that, then it's like, well, is this God's will for my life? Well, I can just say, thy will be done, and I can often, just pick that apart. I think too much. So part of that, of being in spirit, is to relax, to get into a state of non-resistance, to not fight that, and to just be still. Because that voice in my head that's loud and pushes and, man, I gotta do it, make knee-jerk decisions, all of that. Well, let me tell you, that is not God's voice. Because God's voice is a still, small voice. Kind of a stirring, a knowing. That's the word I picked for last year, is knowing. And I've had to do some spiritual growth on that because, to know, you have to grow spiritually. And so if you're new to my channel here, I'm Rhonda. What I do here is I talk about mindset. I talk about spiritual growth, codependency. I talk about a lot of different things, but it's mostly about personal development and how to be a better me. And so confusion sometimes is a natural process of spiritual growth. So I have to sit down. One of the best ways I know to kind of decipher is to write. So you're in inventory. I take a pen to paper and I write. And I write about what I think I might desire or dream or, that sort of thing. And in my humanness, I can put a lot of limits on that. That's kind of far-fetched. And no, it's not far-fetched. If I can imagine it and I can dream it, then I can have it. Oh, if it worked for them, it can work for me. Those are some things that I have learned this last year. I had a really, really good 2024. And the last part of it has been a little tough because I lost my mom. And then I had a really good friend die a week after my mother died. So there's been some grief. And it kind of a little bit put a little glitch in some of the stuff that I do normally. But I know that sometimes I just have to make the choice instead of being afraid to decide. Any decision I make can be used to carry out whatever is coming to me in my life. And that's kind of hard for me to just relax because, I'm a control freak. I'm in recovery from being a control freak. I have to let go of control. It is not in my wheelhouse or my power to control things outside of, my attitude, perspective, my behavior, my beliefs and feelings and thoughts. I can control those things if I work, and I have to work at it. It's a daily thing. What kept me kind of on the path yesterday is not going to keep me on the path today. I have to renew that. every morning. And that's why I think that prayer and meditation is so important, to know what I need to do today and what steps I need to take and who do I need to serve today. And those are so important things. I have to remember that uncertainty is not a fault. It is an opportunity. You know, I used to have the need to know. I needed to know what was going to happen. I had to have it all planned out, and it never worked out in my favor. And so I was agitated most of the time because things didn't work out like, I thought they should. I'd tell God what he needed to do, and he wouldn't do it. Go figure. So one of the things early on in recovery that I learned to do was to take off my junior God badge and to relax and to just do the next right thing. That's what God's will for my life is, doing the next right thing. So I try to focus on that, focus on being of service. Who can I help? How can I be generous today? Can I be kind? Can I be thoughtful? All of those things, I don't have to know what 2025 is going to bring. It will bring good things. It will bring hard things, as that is life. I learned a long time ago that life is not fair. Fair is what happens in October. And if you're lucky, you might get a corny dog while you're there. So that's one of my things that I say. So the dreams and aspirations and all of those things that I can have for this next year, I can put them down. And I reviewed last year. And out of the 7 things that I listed on my dream list, 4 of them came to fruition for me. That's pretty amazing, I think. So I didn't know the how or the when. I just knew why I wanted those things. And so I have to state my desire and my intent. I don't make New Year's resolutions. They tend to be things that I think I should do. And most people, 18 days after they set a resolution, they quit. January 18th, Quitter's Day. Quitter's Day. And that happens to be my birthday. Well, I'm not going to do that because I don't set those resolutions. I set intentions and I write a dream list. And then I let it go. And I let the direction of spiritual principles direct my life. It's a nice place to live. I'm into enjoying my life today, to be fully present, to be of maximum service. So I'm going to read a quote. It says, "There lives more faith in honest doubt, believe me, than in the half-creeds." Alfred Lord Tennyson. Doubt. We don't know what the future's going to bring at all. And I can contemplate. And I can live in fear and scarcity and all those things. Or I can choose, to the best of my ability, to live in gratitude and joy and peace. And that's what I would wish for you in 2025 is peace. Peace. And remember to be you on purpose.